What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the RonnieV show. I'm here with a super special guest today. I have David Steinberg on with us. He is the CEO of Zeta Global. David, how are you doing?
I'm great, Ronnie. Thanks so much for having me today.
I appreciate it, David. I hear you're traveling.
Yes, I'm in Europe this week for work.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I hope you get to, experience Europe a little bit and don't just only work, but that's super
Well,
awesome. Go ahead.
I was going to say last night we did a once in a lifetime thing. We were offered and we were given a private tour of the Vatican and we're able to be in the 16th chapel, just us by ourselves. It was late in the evening. We'd already finished work, and it was right before a later dinner, but it was a very spiritual and once in a lifetime event. So for the week I'm here, that's sort of the one thing I got to do. But I guess if you're going to get to do one thing, you should make it pretty cool.
I am very jealous. That is amazing.
It
That's
was amazing.
yeah, that's wow. That's crazy. Um, but to get into some of the questions, since we do have a little limited amount of time, as you're a very busy person, and Zeta Global is doing big things, as we all see, and me and my counterparts continue to talk about in the retail community. And just another very big thank you for coming on here. And I think it's so important to stay in touch with the retail community, especially in 2025 going into 2026. It's such a key moment in investing history where the average Joe investor really is, more linked with the companies than ever before, right? We've seen Palantir CEO Alex Karp get interviewed and Robinhood CEO, and we've just seen this really bridge between retail and these very large companies. And
It used to be that retail was sort of, very secondary. It wasn't as well researched, but, between you and a number of the others, the research coming out of you guys in many cases, I think is as good, if not better, than many of the institutions that are doing research. And, as you look at organizations like Palantir and like Tesla and like Robinhood, they've really embraced it and I'm trying to embrace it as well.
yeah, it's funny that you say that too, because it's all about having the degree and having the job title, where most of us do have degrees. Like I'm a bachelor's degree, and I've been studying for my master's in finance. So it's not that I don't have the background,
No,
it's
of
just I
course.
don't really want the analyst job. I like
Right.
what I do, and I like being linked with the retail community. And yeah, I fully agree. Retail has been honestly early to a lot of great companies when they're smaller, Palantirs, Robinhoods, so on and so forth. But to get into a little bit about this interview and you, I kind of wanted to know, what was the beginning mindset for Zeta and how it got started?
So when we founded Zeta 17 years ago now, it was really the original founding premise was how do we put everything a marketer needs into one place? One user interface, that easy for me to say, one user interface, and one reporting infrastructure that allows a marketer to do everything that they need. It's obviously pivoted, evolved to what it is today, but that still is our founding vision and our North Star. It's created a lot of complications for us, I think, or confusion as a public company because we compete with so many different point solutions, right? But the founding vision was putting everything into one UI and one reporting interface.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, and as we go forward, it's only getting bigger and bigger. I know for like my realm in the smaller markets, right, of social media and everything, and I know that's not really your guys' focus, right? It's the larger markets for sure. Um, I've had people ask me recently on a spaces, and they were like, do you think they would eventually branch into the smaller markets? And I was like, I could see it, But I think at this time, I think what you guys are doing with the larger markets, there's so much more opportunity there and to
It's
definitely stay focused.
it's it's not easy to directly translate from working with very large enterprises to small to mid-sized businesses, which by the way is not to say that we don't think that's a very interesting category that we might look at down the road. But when you think about the vast majority of marketing dollars are spent today by very large enterprises, as you know, at the end of last quarter, we had 572, global scaled clients, and most of them are in the Fortune 2000. We have, I think, 44% of the Fortune 100 currently use our platform, but we have a long way to go in that large enterprise space before I think we would consider moving into small to mid-sized business.
Yeah, and that kind of rolls right into my next question. What do you see the opportunity long term for Zeta to be and the total addressable market?
Yeah, I mean, let me start by saying we're trying to build the next Salesforce or the next Adobe. We're not trying to build the next sort of boutique marketing platform. Uh, I can tell you that the total global addressable TAM for marketing is $1 trillion. But if you, it's I think it's easier to boil it down to the fact that this year our 572 global enterprise clients will spend $100 billion on marketing alone. And at the middle of our range, we'll have about 125 basis points, 1.25% of wallet share. Our goal long term is how do we get to 5% of wallet share or 10% of wallet share? And, as we continue to expand and grow, as you know, the business grew 28%, ex political and M&A last quarter. And, we're continuing to grow at a pretty rapid pace. About half of our growth has come from existing customers and half of our growth has come from new customers on an annual basis. I think that that will continue. Uh, and as we move into what we call one Zeta, which is multiple use cases. So we have three use cases: customer acquisition, customer retention, customer monetization. And then we have a bunch of channels, everything from email to messaging to social media, mobile, display. Connected TV is one of our fastest growing businesses. Over the 3 some odd years we've been public, we've grown the business around a 30% compounded growth rate. I would tell you the vast majority of that has been taking our existing clients and new clients from an average of using one channel to an average of using about three channels. As we looked inside the numbers, Ronnie, it was super interesting to see that customers who used two use cases, meaning they used us for customer acquisition, customer retention, and customer monetization. So the vast majority of our customers start on one use case, and most of our customers are still one use case. So they might use us for customer acquisition, they might use us for customer retention. Sometimes monetization goes in hand with retention, but it can also be separate. As we looked at it, clients who had multiple use cases spent between 300 and 350% more on our platform than clients who had one use case. And they had by far our highest NPS score, meaning they really loved us. So we've started this entire strategy around how do we get more of our clients to go from one use case to multiple use cases. And we've named that one Zeta. So I think that's how we get from, 1.25% of wallet share to 5 or 10% of wallet share in the years to come.
Yeah, that's like the one Zeta. I really love the name too. Like you guys didn't like overcomplicate it or like try to
No,
like go out of left field or something like that, right? And you know,
trying to keep it real. It's funny.
yeah,
I make this joke. We call our platform the Zeta marketing platform because obviously we don't have really advanced naming capabilities, but it works.
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, and then obviously bridging that all together with the one Zeta product with Athena. Talk to me a little
Right.
bit about that.
Well, Athena is the future of Zeta in every way. And if you think about it, Athena today is a conversational super AI agent that allows enterprises to seamlessly integrate with our platform. I would really urge your listeners or viewers to see the demo of it, which we did at Zeta Live. It's live at our Zeta website, zetaglobal.com. And it is unbelievable because not only is it fully conversational, but Athena controls the user interface in real time as it's communicating with you. So you can ask Athena, what are my most underserved audiences that I can contact and create customers at the best pricing? How do I lower my churn rate by 25% for my customers? And so on and so forth. And it's really amazing. We've got it in beta right now, and we expect to have it fully production ready and in the hands of clients by the end of the first quarter of 2026.
That's amazing. And from seeing the demo live, I was blown away.
Well,
And
you
I
were
can,
you were in the room where it happened, right, Ronnie?
yep,
The
exactly,
I
front row.
the room was so crowded when Roman did the demo that people were sitting on the floor. And I happened to walk in because I wanted to see it and be in the room when it happened. And 2 or 3 people were like, excuse me," like, 'cause I was in their way by accident because they were sitting on the floor, so I had to sort of move out of the way, but it was incredible, and we've now put it online. You can see the full demo, at zetaglobal.com.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely everybody go check that out. And yeah, I continuously say this on every spaces that I'm on, like to give people that picture in their head, right? Because you really don't know unless you were there and you saw it. When Serena Williams was on the stage with you, when Tom Brady was on the stage with you, jam packed.
Yeah, it's great.
When you guys did your Zeta 1 demo, jam packed, the same amount. So that really speaks volumes to the excitement around this product, but also what you guys are building and what you guys are doing. And I think Athena is going to be. I think it's that the bow on the present for Christmas, right? And I don't.
I totally agree, and I really do. I don't say this lightly. It is the biggest pivot we've made as a company since 2017 when we first started adopting artificial intelligence and data as foundational to our platform. So, one of the things that I think is different about our company is AI is foundational. It's not an add-on, but Athena is the next leap in how humans are going to interact with AI. And one of the things I try to explain is our platform is like a 747, but most of our clients know how to fly Cessnas, much smaller planes. Athena will be able to operate the entire platform. You'll be able to eliminate almost all of your data scientists. If you're a large enterprise, Athena will take that over. You'll be able to eliminate anybody who is hands-on keyboard on your side. Athena will take that over. It'll allow you to meaningfully increase your return on investment. I don't know if you saw the other day, we put out a press release. We did an independent study with Forrester that showed for every $1 you spend on the Zeta marketing platform, we returned $6 in revenue. But what we also showed in that report, and Forrester found very interesting, was when a client onboards Zeta's platform, they're able to lower their technology cost by 295% because we automate everything. So not only are we saving them meaningful dollars on the marketing side, we're also saving them meaningful dollars on the technology side.
And that's what it's all about. If
For
you're not
sure.
able to produce and provide for your customers, then they won't go to their friend, their family member and say, "Yeah, I pay this amount of money, but it's just not worth it." Right? Any
Yeah,
of us, if
for
we ever
sure.
pay any type of money,
And
yeah,
listen, CMOs, CIOs, CTOs are very close knit, and organizational relationships. They know each other through most organizations, and you want to have the best reputation. What I would tell you is that, and this is something I think most investors don't really think of often enough. I'm not saying they don't think of it, but often enough. The numbers are the output. The input is your business working? Are your clients buying your products at greater rates? Are new clients onboarding? And our net retention rate as a company is approximately 115%. That means that our clients not only stay, they spend an average of 15% more in the next year than they did the year before. So back to what we were saying earlier, if you look at it, and we guide to a range of 110 to 115, we've been on the higher end of that range for the last year or so. But when you're looking at a business that's been growing on a compounded growth rate of 30%, once again, you're getting about half of that from existing customers, AKA 115% net retention rate, and about half of it comes out of new customers, which would be another 15%.
Yeah, I mean, you guys just keep on delivering over and over and over again. This recent quarter was a blowout quarter.
It's
Absolutely,
a
yeah,
great quarter. I'll
amazing.
just tell you, Ronnie, I am so incredibly proud of our team
Yeah,
because the ability to continue to execute. We've now been public 17 quarters in a row. We have beaten our guidance and raised guidance. So it's hard to continue to execute at that level, and our team has just continued to do it.
yeah, it's definitely not easy. There has been, as we know, the world is a very crazy place, and there is
Yeah.
always something happening, always disruptors, always cogs in the wheel, as you would say. But you guys just quarter in, quarter out,
Well,
continue to
it's funny
execute.
because you mentioned the word disruptor. I keep getting asked by people, are some of the new large language models going to disrupt us? And I keep trying to explain to people, we are the disruptor.
Yes,
We're the one disrupting the legacy marketing clouds. And by the way, yeah, OpenAI is our partner in Athena. We use their voice activation platform, or voice enablement platform, I should
yeah.
say. So, we're partnering with them, and I would tell you that we are going to continue to be the disruptor in this space. We're going to continue to take additional market share, and we're going to continue to win where our competitors are not.
Yeah, and I we see it. We see it every day. It's one of the reasons I love this company and being an investor myself in this company. Just I see the disruption that you guys are taking on with some of the legacy more dinosaur companies that really are being a lot slower to the changing world that we live in right now. So we applaud you as retail, and I know you have to go. I know you're a very busy man, and Zeta is going to continue to crush it. But do you have any closing remarks for the retail community, or what would you like to say to them?
I mean, listen, I think the retail community is very different than it used to be. It's highly educated, it's highly informed. Information flows far more freely than it used to, 10, 20, 30 years ago, where you couldn't even get access to the levels of information that you're getting today. But, we're very excited to partner with the retail community and you. And by the way, we're also very excited that we have some of the largest institutional investors in the world that have meaningfully stepped up in owning our stock based on the current, 13 Gs, I think they're called. But the reality is that we think of retail as an and, not an or, right? We want to have large institutional investors and we want to have partnership with retail. And I think that they are an incredibly educated and well-informed shareholder base, and we're excited to have you guys with us.
That's amazing. Again, David, thank you for joining me today. It was amazing conversation. I felt like we really used the most out of the time that we had. I really appreciate it, and thank you everybody for listening. And we will catch you guys in the next one.
Thank you, Roddy.